What if I told you that right here in North America, in the deserts and river valleys of what's now New Mexico and Arizona, people were building multi-story apartment complexes and feeding entire communities without any kings at all? Just villages that somehow made it work for centuries. Sounds made up, right? But it's real. And the way they pulled it off is pretty wild. Each pueblo was its own independent world. We're talking dozens of separate villages scattered across the Southwest. If you lived in one, you didn't answer to some faraway boss in another village. So how did they actually make big decisions and pull off impressive stuff without everything falling apart? They used clans, rotating leadership groups, and underground chambers called kivas, and a whole lot of talking until people actually agreed. In many pueblos, the main leader was known as the cacique, sometimes called the head priest or religious chief in English. This person guided both spiritual life and community matters. In some villages, there were even summer and winter caciques, or moiety leaders, who alternated responsibilities depending on the season. Their power didn't come from giving orders like a king. It came from spiritual authority, respect, and the ability to bring people together. Major decisions still had to go through discussion in the kivas and gain broader community support. In places like Hopi and Zuni country, your clan, often passed down through your mom, gave you your place in the world, your land, your stories, your responsibilities. Then there were two big teams, the summer people and winter people, sometimes called turquoise and squash people in certain pueblos, that took turns handling different jobs throughout the year. It was a built-in way to stop any one group from getting too powerful. The real magic happened in the kivas. These weren't just fancy meeting rooms. They were underground spaces where people gathered to talk things through, planting schedules, disputes, big projects. Decisions came from discussion and consensus among respected leaders, not from one person at the top barking orders. It wasn't fast, but it worked. And this system let them do some seriously clever things. Take their farming. Out there, water is everything, and rain is unreliable. So they didn't just throw seeds in the ground. They planted the three sisters, corn, beans, and squash, all together in the same field. The corn stalks gave the beans something to climb. The beans fed the soil with nitrogen. The squash leaves shaded the dirt and held in moisture. It was basically nature's perfect team. They also built clever irrigation systems to stretch every drop of water, coordinating when to plant, who maintains the ditches, and how to share the harvest took real community effort, the kind that happens when people actually have a say. Then there were the houses. They didn't build little scattered homes. They stacked them, sometimes 4 or 5 stories high, using adobe, which is basically mud bricks baked by the sun. Why go so tall? The thick walls were genius. They kept the inside cool when it was 100 degrees outside and held on to warmth when it got freezing at night. Building upwards saved precious space near water sources and made the villages easier to defend. Just pull up the ladders and good luck getting in. Plus, living close together in these shared complexes made it easier to look out for each other. While European kings were busy building massive castles to show off their power, these communities were solving real problems: how to stay fed and sheltered in a tough environment using whatever was around them. And when the Spanish tried to take that independence away, forcing new rules and suppressing their traditions, the Pueblos didn't just accept it. A Tewa leader named Pope from Oke-Owinge spent years secretly organizing across dozens of independent villages. He used a brilliant low-tech system. Runners carried knotted ropes from pueblo to pueblo. The number of knots told each village exactly how many days until the uprising. On August 10th, 1680, Roughly 2,500 Pueblo warriors struck at the same time. They attacked Spanish missions and laid siege to the capital of Santa Fe. The Spanish were completely caught off guard. Within weeks, the colonists were driven out of New Mexico entirely. The Pueblos got 12 years of freedom before the Spanish returned in 1692. They didn't revolt for conquest or glory. They fought to protect their own way of governing themselves. Those same communities are still here today, still self-governing in their own ways. So here's the part that sticks with you. Societies don't actually need one all-powerful person at the top to build something impressive and lasting. Sometimes the strongest systems are the ones where people talk it out, share responsibility, and decide together what's worth doing.